Yo, what's going on, guys? It is someone that's no one here. Fucking dream journal. This is for fucking the date doesn't fucking matter, I guess, but um, we're gonna get back on that other one, the little freshman one. That one's wild, but we're gonna go on this one. We'll get back to that eventually. I don't know when, but I wanted to do this one, and this one's kind of one of those more vivid ones like the last one, so this one might be multiple parts too. So fuck, we'll just have to make it work, boys. And this one's pretty wild and too, I guess. Like, it's some very irrational shit going on, and it's interesting, how dreams just play out and the various scenarios that can occur. But let's just jump into this. All right. So there was this time in this dream we were set in an African jungle. Well, not the jungle itself, but like near the damn thing. And it wasn't like we were camping out there or we were hiking or some bullshit. We were actually at this camp with buildings and stuff, and we were like pretty safe. Like we weren't close to like up in front with the wildlife, or at least we thought. So I remember this one day we were just chilling at this campsite, and we were stationed at this house, I guess, and we were eating some of the weirdest popsicles ever. And I'm not saying they didn't taste good, but it was some of the most like out of this world flavors I ever seen for popsicles, like chocolate mocha, uh, green eggs and ham, like shit like that. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it doesn't sound very good for a fucking popsicle. But, anyways, we're doing that, and everyone else has to work to do on this like excavation site. So we just kind of leave them to it. I don't know why we're here, but we're just kind of living here, cooling with the door open. uh, we could see outside. There's the screen door and shit, but we just wanted some fresh air type shit. And it wasn't like hot as a bastard as you would expect it to be either. But I was saying, too bad we can't shoot some threes and shit. And I was just like making that hand motion, and I was like in the fucking recliner and shit. And there wasn't really much for us to do that day, and it was around like 1 o'clock. I don't know, the fucking time. I don't know how I know the time, but I'm just guessing. Um, some shit actually did go down. Now, who I'm with some familiar characters if you watch some of my stories or the other dream journals, some reoccurring people. We have Tyson in this, and we have Jason in this, the two homies. Now, I remember Tyson and we were just laying down and shit, and Jason, he eventually went outside, real fast, to the cooler. There was this cooler outside, and it had water. I don't know why it was outside. Don't ask why. It's not logical, rational, whatever. Just go with it. But he comes back inside normally, and I guess none of us noticed, but Jason didn't shut the screen door all the way now. And about 10 minutes later, I noticed some shit like in the corner of my eye by the door. And I was like the one sitting closest to it. And it was this small cub, a fucking lion cub. And I shook my head thinking I was seeing like hallucinations or some shit. I was getting, fucking too hot or something. But I opened my eyes and I saw two of them bitches then. And I just said, hey guys, like, look at this shit. And Tyson was like, what's up? And neither of them actually bothered to fucking look over. I don't know why, but I scramble out of the recliner and go over to the screen door, and it was just a quarter of the way open and shit. And I was like, yo, get up. There's lions. There's fucking lions here. And they were, really only the size of a small dog, but You know, the small dogs could do damage if they wish. We didn't really want to fuck around with these lions, let them, you know, go do their thing while we do our thing inside. That's kind of like the vibe that was going on. But I don't take my eyes off them at all. And fucking, they finally look over though. Jason, he was like, "What the hell? You know, don't let them in." And they were trying to come in though, and they were already halfway in between the doors, so I couldn't shut it on them. So it was like I wasn't gonna crush these lion cubs over that shit. And Jason, you know, he was just like, you know, kick them bitches back a little. And Tyson, he was like, nah, 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 don't do that. You know, if there's bigger fucking lions around, we don't want them being pissed. You know, we might not see them, type shit. Just shut the main door. You know, they ain't blocking that. And before I actually get a fucking chance to, a fucking third lion cub makes an appearance, and the fucking, I was like, holy shit, a whole pride's about to fucking come in this bullshit. And I hurried, not wanting that bullshit to happen, and made the attempt to shut the door. And there was a problem, you know, a problem, of course. It wasn't just shutting all the way, like 90% of the way, which it was just some bullshit in the dream. The door just wouldn't shut, and I just kept on panicking. You know, it's not shutting, and they were, you know, like, why not? Why not? Come on, and they tried to, you know, jump over and help me, and it was basically like there was a damn spring. Every time we would shut the door, it would just like kind of pop back open type shit. And basically, we kind of just gave up and waited to see if the Cubs were actually the ones doing it, or if it was just a fucked up door. And once we stopped, you know, putting our effort in, the fucking Cubs just pushed the fucking door open, and they fucking walk in the fucking house. And we were like, oh crap, we gotta, you know, go tell the wildlife experts or whoever the hell we were with. And we just started yelling into the other room and shit to like these different names, like fucking, I don't even remember the fucking names. But we were just like, you know, we need help out here fast, you know. And the Cubs, they start to push the door open. Tyson and I, you know, we quickly have to get back on it. And suddenly, two of the Cubs are jumping on fucking Tyson's legs, and they knock his ass down. and, and he's like all, you know, screaming like, ah, and shit. And they begin to drag him away. He's their fucking main meal tonight or some shit. And freaking Jason, he's like, oh, no, no, no. And he's kicking the fucking lions of Tyson. And I'm actually just over here thinking, I wish my friend David was actually here with us right now. Because, you know, that nigga would solve the problem. That's what I was thinking, but he's one of my other niggas, but if he was in a situation like that, he'd be fucking panicking like us, I think, too, to be honest. But the wildlife experts thankfully finally came in, and they're like older people. They're like in their like late 20s or something. But none of them needed us to answer, you know, what the problem. They saw exactly, you know, what the fucking the Cubs were doing and shit. And three more Cubs came through like in this small opening, and the wildlife experts, they saw it, but we just couldn't get the fucking door shut. So they were like, we need to get the fuck out of this house. We need to go to the next house over. And none of us waited. We ran to the fucking back of the house right away and out that back door. And the Cubs, they actually didn't follow us through, thankfully, so we got rid of the Cubs from that. But what waited outside for us was a complete fucking disaster. Literal disaster. Why? So we get outside, and it's like jungle hell. Like, fucking animals are going berserk out of nowhere. You know, it was nice and calm in the beginning. You know, we're just chillaxing and shit. And now it's a fucking rampage going on outside. And I don't just mean like lion cubs this time. for that matter. I'm talking like there's monkeys like all over the place, like orangutans, chimpanzees. There's fucking hyenas. There's like zebras, gazelles, and I don't mean just like 20 or something. There's like hundreds of these fuckers running rampant everywhere, and freaking everything is just absolutely bananas. It's like they took over the freaking damn camp, and none of us knew what to do, so we just kind of get separated. And at least I stick with the homies. I'm with still Jason and Tyson, and we knew at least we gotta stick together. But I think the wildlife experts, they kind of went their own ways or some shit. They went to go get more help somewhere else, but we were just worried about fucking making sure we didn't die type shit. And we couldn't get caught up fighting 100 fucking chimpanzees and a pride of lions, fucking dodging charging zebras all at the same fucking time. Fuck all that. And we had eventually followed this trail which we knew led to the next camp, but we're running away. We're actually getting away too from this fucking madness, and of course something pops up. What is that? What is that? So Tyson basically alerts us. He's like, "Boys, we gotta book it fucking right now." And there's this wild ass like animal destruction going on, and we look back and there's this like giant ass gorilla chasing us, and I'm not fucking kidding. Like, giant gorilla with this death stare heading straight for us. And like we could book, like we can run and shit, but I had a very hard time. We're gonna run out this huge ass fucking gorilla, and thankfully a bunch of animals were in the way, so it was kind of slowing it down. It had to get through this madness too, just like we had to. And we ended up just running like madmen on this trail. But eventually, like on the trail, we got to this point where there was like this hill, like, and it was flooded with water, and we couldn't get across. And like it was probably some overnight shit and nobody noticed type shit. I don't know, but and like we couldn't go around. There was a fucking lake or whatever. It was just some ridiculous shit, and just our fucking luck, right? All this fucking terrible shit. It was pretty bad, and we were just gonna have to swim very fast. It was maybe like, I don't know, fucking 30 or so meters probably. And I'm gonna leave it at that note. Yeah. This fucking story, I told you, this shit's, wild, and there's fucking crazy, irrational bullshit going on for no fucking reason. That's what a dream is, I guess. But, I'll probably make a part 2 of this, hopefully soon. If you like the video, you want to see more of these, like the video, and subscribe, comment, all that bullshit, guys. It's been someone that's no one, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.